Amidst all the chaos in the world, we offer a tonic for your Friday evening. Jeffrey Brown talks to a musician and programmer about how anyone can benefit from a dose of classical music every day of the year. Take a listen. It's part of our ongoing arts and culture series, Canvas.
If it's January 3rd, why not try a bit of Hildegard of Bingen, written in the 12th century? March 27th, an overture of a Mozart opera.
Closing eyes recover.
Or for November 3rd, a contemporary Icelandic composer, Olafur Arnalds.
I'm selecting a piece of classical music for every day of the year. And I hope that it will elicit a year of wonder. I am constantly wonderstruck by the incredible gift that classical music can be.
Welcome back to the Green Space.
Clemency Burton-Hill is an evangelist for what some see as a dying art form, classical music. She's the creative director at WQXR.
This is Classical New York 105.9 FM.
The classical music public radio station serving the New York metropolitan area.
Thank you so much.
And she's the author of the new book, Year of Wonder, which she wrote, she says, because too many feel excluded from this music she loves.
People were saying to me, I would love to listen to more classical music, but I'm not sure I'm doing it right, or I'm not sure how to, and,
literally,
could
like,
help?
I don't know how to listen to it or where to pick it up.
Exactly, and I feel that people would say to me things like, I don't know if I'm listening right.
Yeah.
And I would want to just say to them, if you're a human being and you have ears and you're responding to that piece of music, that's listening right. The difficulty is that I think people don't even get to engage with the music to know whether they might be wonderstruck or not. There are so many barriers to entry around this thing that we rather unhelpfully call classical music. And
barriers to entry such as?
Well, so many. How long have you got? There are educational, social, class, racial. I mean, there are so many reasons why people think that they're not allowed to engage with this music.
Right.
Burton-Hill herself came to classical music very early, as a child in London who fell in love with the violin. She went on to Cambridge and studied at the Royal College of Music, winning prestigious prizes. She's well known to BBC audiences as a presenter for a variety of programs.
With the launch of 19 for 19.
And while she's dedicated to her classical roots, she says she grew up loving rock, jazz, hip-hop, all kinds of music.
I'm not suggesting that classical music is so superior to other forms of music and that's why more people should listen to it. But I am saying there is this whole sonic world of wonders out there. And that's what this book is all about. It's to say, here are 366 pieces. We'll start small, baby steps.
Yes, 366. Year of Wonder even gives us music for leap year. A piece by the Italian opera composer Rossini, who, it turns out, was born on February 29, 1792. Burton-Hill includes that kind of biographical detail about the composers and other brief notes. And she's created a Spotify page so readers can listen along.
I got a nice message the other day from someone who was reading along and listening along with the book and said, I put the book next to my dishwasher and then every evening as I'm loading the dishwasher, that's the moment that I do that day's entry from Year of Wonder, and it's really transforming doing the dishes for me, and that's great. I love that.
You're very concerned to diversify classical music, open it up in that sense.
I really wanted to actually, where possible, bring people out of the shadows, bring people out of the fringes and say, there were incredible human beings making this music who don't fit the stereotype of what a classical composer is.
Which means more women.
More women, more minorities, more people from backgrounds that we don't necessarily associate with classical music, so Latin America or Africa or India or places where, it's not just all Austria and Germany, basically.
So give me an example of someone that maybe you didn't even know very well, or that you just thought, I want to include this person in this piece of music.
In terms of the great revelations, there's a contemporary British composer called Anna Meredith. There's a piece in there called Heal You. There's an Australian composer called Elena Katz-Chernin. She writes a piece called Unsent Love Letters that I include in January. That falls on Australia Day as it happens.
But if I come with you on this journey through a year, what are you promising? What do I get?
Well, I hope you'll get something that makes you think and feel and might change your brain chemistry along the way. If that's
My brain chemistry.
If that's not too grand a claim. It sounds absurd, doesn't it? But we know neuroscientifically that music can have this effect on us. And I think we lead very, very frenetic and busy and stressful modern lives, and actually music might play a part in being a sort of sonic salvation.
In the meantime, Clemency Burton-Hill will continue her mission on behalf of classical music over the airwaves. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Jeffrey Brown at WQXR in New York.